What's up, my fellow Shadow Knights? It's your friendly neighborhood KC Shadow. And do I have a video to help? Well, basically, it's to help the world in an aspect in another way. Well, actually, it's to kind of help the children of our world.
Go, Red Eyes! Inferno Fire Blast!
So, in all honesty, be prepared, because I'm about to inform you the difference about certain things, I guess, or whatever, or the truth of things, okay? Basically, I'm going to help you understand if you're doing something wrong or not by this. I apologize if you feel bad. I'm not trying to make you feel terrible, but this goes out to help us understand how to not fuck up with our kids. So let's prepare ourselves, everyone. So, first off, one thing that's important about kids, you gotta understand, especially for kids who only have one parent and only get to see another every so often, understand to do right by the child and to be a real, true, good parent involving the situation. Don't be a freaking prick. Don't be a jerk, a bitch, an asshole, a douche, or anything of those kind of sorts or more. But get along with the other parent. Don't prevent them from seeing the child. Don't be negative about them, whether it's towards them, in front of them, or away from them, or behind their back. Whatever you do, always be good and calm and civil and positive about the other parent, whether yous get along or not, because what's important is not the fact that yous don't get along. It is the child's need for both of you to get along for their sake, for them to learn and grow and to be a healthy adult as they get older. Because if you're going to be nitpicking with the other while the other's agreeing and being nice, and the one that is manipulating and hurting the child, you may not even realize it too. You hurt the children when you talk bad about the other. You hurt children when you try to prevent them from seeing the other. You hurt children even when you're just thinking they're not around. You don't have to be in the same room for a child to be listening in on you. You could be talking negative about things you don't like and stuff. Choose the proper time, which is never do it. Be adult. Be a real responsible person. Do it for your child or children. Life is too short, and you don't want the child to resent you in the future. You don't want the child to be against you for the rest of your life when they're old enough to understand. Because you can't keep them from the truth forever. Because the truth always finds a way, it always comes out, and it always gets spoken or figured out, and it always sets itself free to help others. In all honesty, being negative about any parent is wrong. Whether they're in the life or not, you don't want to talk bad about another child's parent. Instead, you want to encourage them to know, yeah, they did wrong, but you want to encourage them to know that they're willing to make up for their mistakes. You want them to understand that they could change when the time's right, when the future goes, or anything. You don't want them to think that they don't love you, or you don't love them, or their other parent don't love them. You gotta be good for that child. You gotta make sure they know that both parents love them, whether they're both in the life or not. You need to be respectful, alright? That is part of being a parent, part of being an adult. You gotta be a bigger person. Come here. Because children are our future. You don't want them to resent you.
Yeah.
They see, feel, and understand everything around them. Whether you realize it, understand, accept it, or not. Go play. Alright? Go play in your room. Put your pants back on, Goofy. Put your pants back on, silly. Go put your pants back on. They're in the... Go on. Go get your pants on. You can't be running around in a pull-up. You gotta stay dressed. Thank you. They're in the bathroom, I think, still. Go stay in your room while Daddy does the rest of the video, okay? Okay. Like I said, being an adult, being a parent, doing what's right by you, your kids, and the other, that's what really needs to be done. That's what really matters. That's what children are looking for, hoping for. That's what they need, not just what they want. It's what they actually need. If you're gonna bash another parent, well, then you're the worst parent. Because if they're not bashing on you, as long as they keep doing what they're doing, whether you like it or not, whether you realize it or not, see it or not, you're a terrible parent if you can't do what the child actually needs of you. You are a terrible parent if you can't do what's right by the child, whether you like the idea or are against it or not. Do what's best for the child. There you go. It's no longer legs inside out. Being a father is one of my favorite things on this planet. In all honesty, I do whatever I can, what's right and best for my kids. No matter if it's hard on me or not. I will fight beyond the edge of time, space, and the edges of the earth and in the world and the universe for them, and beyond that. I will find it beyond. There will not be an end to my fight, even in death. Life and death, I do all I can for my kids. Whether people choose to see it or not, believe it or not, whether you choose to believe or fail to, I do it every day of my life, and it hurts a lot at times too. A lot of things are hard in this world, but you know what? We do what we can and what we gotta do. But most importantly, we do it because they're our future. We're not gonna live forever. We gotta do what's right by them, make sure they understand, and whether you believe it or not, children are a lot smarter than you think. You ever hear the saying, children are like sponges? Well, guess what? That is true. That is the honest truth. They are like sponges. They understand what you say as time goes by. They hear what you say. They reflect and react on what you say. Whether it's positive or negative, it determines on how they feel about your choices. What you do as well. It's monkey see, monkey do, but then eventually the monkey always makes a fool of you. What you choose to do is a choice you make, but the choices you make always have its consequences, whether it's right or wrong. Doesn't mean the consequence is good or bad, but depending what you do determines if it's a good or bad consequence. You can do the most worst things on the planet. You may think your life's going beautifully well. It's just because karma's sitting and waiting for the proper opportune moment to make it that it doesn't harm the child. It only harms you. You don't know what karma is capable of, what it's going to do, and you never know how it will react, strike, or go about, or how it's going to start with, or who, or how, or what, or why. Karma can come in many sizes, shapes, and forms, and beyond. Karma hits you hard when you put a child through so much hell. Whether you want to think you're doing right by them by preventing them from seeing someone, or not allowing them to do certain things, not allowing them to believe in religious beliefs or other things, or to explore the world like they need to, you're doing wrong, and karma's going to destroy you over time, or whenever it feels like. One thing for sure, forcing religion on a child is child abuse. Trying to force a child not to do certain things that they love to do to be themselves, like dressing, piercings, tattoos, hairstyles, or anything else, it's child abuse. You can't be doing that. If you want to state you're a good parent, let your child explore. Let them find their path in life. Let them find the religion that suits them and their needs, their beliefs, and how they see the world. Let them choose their hairstyle, which makes them feel comfortable on the in and the outside, around the world and with themselves, to love themselves. Allow them and encourage them to dress how they feel comfortable as themselves and around the world and how they want to be, to remain and stay positive and happy with themselves. Allow them to know you love them by doing all of that. Because if you try to stop them, then you don't really love them enough. Because only hate is on the mind. Because you don't want to understand it. You don't want to get used to it, accept it, or take the chance to let something new into your life. You have to allow them to be themselves. You are you. You can't make them be how you are. You can't make them be how you want them to be. You have to let them be as they want to be as they get older. If your child decides to one day in the future grow up to become like Marilyn Manson, you should support it, accept it, and love it. Because that's your child. You only live once and so do they. Don't let them regret you. Don't let them reject you. And don't let them feel like they have to let you go and disown you because you can't accept them as themselves. Because you're afraid or you just don't want to. If you don't want to or are afraid or anything, then you don't care enough unless you're willing to say, you know what? I've been wrong my whole life. Why don't I give them a chance? Figure out how to embrace, accept. You don't have to accept everything, but don't stop them. Don't negatively comment on it or anything. Encourage it. Whether you like it or not, encourage, compliment, praise it. Be happy that they are happy because that's what matters and that's what's truly important. As you can tell, this video is not just about parents being apart. This is also about parents together. So this goes for both. Parents apart, parents together, parents in any way, adopted or not, step, family, friends who are kind of idolized as parents as well. Another beautiful, valuable thing. Understand, if you are separated and you have a child, instead of being negative, attacking, and hating everyone, understand both parties are eventually gonna move on and find the one that they're gonna be with. And when that comes, understand, you gotta accept and give the blessing and allow them to know that the stepdad or the stepmom of both sides, or even if it's two stepdads, maybe two stepmoms, who knows, but allow both to know they are welcomed as family. You give their blessing and you're not going to be negative and bash on them and be jealous that there's an additional parent. Look at it as the fact that there's an additional guidance and someone to help them when you're unable to do so, or that there's someone extra comfortable that may know things that you don't even know or understand that can help them in life. Nobody's perfect, but understand, if you can't allow steps to be family, then you've got lots to learn. You're no better than freaking criminals in freaking prison for all you gotta understand. Being envious, hateful, rude and cruel and jealous and irritating and controlling and beyond that, you're no better than the bad guys in the world, because then you're the bad guy or woman. or however you want to put it. A child's happiness is what's important, not what you want in life. A child don't care how you wanted it to be or how you thought it would turn out. You may have thought, oh, they're going to be miserable, or oh, they're going to be like alone forever when it comes to the separated parents. It's not how life works. You accept and understand, hey, why don't we be acquaintances or friends, or at least be civil enough to be like, hello, how are you? For the child, not for yourself. Don't make it a dirty, evil, little twisted, crooked job. Don't mess with a child's heart, emotions, soul, mind, and body and spirit for your own personal gain. Then you're the worst freaking soul on this planet. One of many. Now, when it comes to allowing your child to be how they want to be, their religious beliefs, their life choices of beliefs. Like, who knows? Maybe they're going to believe in helping everyone every day. Or maybe they're going to believe wanting to help animals every day. Maybe they're going to avoid so many people. Or maybe they're just going to, be small about their circle. Maybe they're going to choose to, be a teacher. Maybe they want to choose to be a scientist or a rock star or a WWE wrestler or another wrestling federation, Or maybe they're going to be a comic book maker or a ballerina or a firefighter, a police, and so much more possibilities. Whether they're male or woman, whether a boy or girl, or trans, or anything. Love your child, respect
Go, Red Eyes! Inferno Fire Blast!
Allow them to know you care, that you love, and you appreciate and accept them, no matter what. If they want a sex change when they're older or change their name, respect and accept it. You're the one who chose to make them the name. Doesn't mean they have to live that for the rest of their lives. Some people don't like names. Sometimes names can be a scar eventually because of down the line, maybe someone of the certain name has made them not like the name. Or even more so, maybe they don't feel that is part of who they are. Spirit, mind, body, and soul. That's just how they believe. Let them be happy. Whether you agree or not, whether it hurts or not, understand. They're doing it to be happy. It's not like they're trying to change the fact that you gave them life. It's the fact they want to live life for you, but they want to do it happily. Not miserable and wonder, what if I could be Jimmy or Tony or Tom or Tabitha or Marie or anything. Doesn't matter. It's your child. You should love them, whether you agree with the decisions or not. As long as they're happy, that's what's important and what matters, not what you want for your selfish, disrespectful, hateful desires and needs and wants. Be loving to them, no matter what, no matter the situation and the outcome or the choices. As long as it's a good thing for them and it's not them hurting people, then they're all right and safe. If they want to go from a guy to a woman gender, or a woman to a guy gender, or maybe they were born with both and they're trying to figure out, maybe they finally found out and they want to get rid of one of the parts. You can't prevent them from wanting to be happy in this world. You are cruel then. You are not a true parent. You are not a true living soul who can appreciate the values of life and death at all. And you can't say you love yourself if you can't love your child, who is an offspring of you. It is half of your DNA. You have to love yourself. You have to love them whether you like it or not. Maybe they want to be a tomboy or a tomgirl. Maybe they don't want to change gender. They just, want to do in between, Or maybe they do want to change gender and they're still figuring it out. Don't be freaking negative. Let them be them. Be happy and supportive. Encourage them. Allow them to know you are happy that they're finding themselves. You're happy to help and guide them when they need advice. Or if you know a friend or family member who knows more on it, why don't you just, give them a call, be like, hey, I know you're like this. I know you believe in this. I know you dress like this. I know you do your hair like that. I know you do your makeup like that. Heck, I know your gender was once this, but as time went by, you changed your gender. Such a beautiful thing. Can you help my child understand so they know how to go about it properly, safely, and positively so they don't end up hurting themselves or doing it the wrong way? Instead of hurting your child, allow them to feel welcomed on the planet. Allow them to feel accepted and loved, encouraged, supported, and know they're not alone. Let them know they're not alone at all. That even though you're still trying to understand and get used to it, you can still be there, because it's all a child wants and needs. You to be there for them. If a child wants to be a rock star, give them the encouragement. Help them out. Find out if you can get into some of the stuff they like. You never know until you actually truly try. And don't say you did try and didn't like it. Trying is not a one-day thing. And it's not just, I listen to that one band, I don't like your music. It doesn't work that way. There's a man in my life who is like a father figure to me. And you know what? He wasn't really into the music I like. I ended up playing it around him when we were walking, just a song or two. He ended up loving a few songs of Escape to Fate. Not all of them, but a good amount and portion of their songs. You know why? As soon as he heard, he decided to listen to the words of the music, understand that it's not so different from other things. The lyrics can have good, beautiful meanings, strong meanings, sentimental meanings, life lessons and meanings in them, and so much more. And he actually liked what he heard. He ended up getting into it. And you know what? He likes them still today. And he didn't expect to either. Another thing, help them explore decisions. Don't just force them to go to one choice in life. That means like religion, or what they want to be when they grow up, or certain things to watch, and certain things to read, and certain activities to do. Help them explore, see if they like certain things, see if they enjoy other stuff, see if they like to hear certain music or like to watch certain TV. Make sure you go outside with them though too, and make sure you actually spend time with them. Don't just sit on your phone and let them play as you do nothing and make them feel like you don't care. Spend time with them. Sit down, play with toys, or just tickle, wrestle, when they're old enough, of course. Don't roughhouse when they're too young. Or, just run around, play hide and seek. Patty cake, all the tons of stuff you can do to be active, so they know you care and you're actually going to spend time with them. In all honesty, life's too short, and we never know when we're going to pass. We never know if they're going to pass either. Some people sadly do pass young. Do you really want that to be on your mind if they were to pass? That you didn't accept them and enjoy them as they were? You had to basically diss on them, make them feel inferior, put them down all the time, make them feel like they weren't accepted and wanted and loved, when you could have made it that you accepted them, you supported them, you loved them, you helped them understand how to go about things properly and safely, about what they loved and wanted to do, and so on and so forth. You know, maybe you helped pay for certain stuff. You know, life's too short for both parents and children. And when it comes to children, respect your parents. The parents have to be able to be making the choices for them to look at you to be like, I can respect you. For the relationship to really keep going forward. If you can't be something for them to idolize and look up to, or feel comfortable or safe to say things to, then there's a reason for it and you're the cause of it. If you're forcing certain things upon a child to do just because you want them to have it done, or you want them to stop doing what they love to do, or their beliefs, or how they dress, or anything, you're just decreasing your connection till they don't talk to you anymore, till they don't want to hear your name, or till they don't want to see you anymore. They'll resent you, they'll feel like you never cared as time grows, and they'll look back and have more negative things about you in them than positive. Do you really want that to be the only thing they can remember or see most of in their past? Life is too short. If you can't get that through your head, then you really should start relearning. It's never too late to relearn and fix ourselves to help ourselves and others, especially our children. They're our future. They're who's going to take care of us when we can't do stuff no more. They deserve to know they are mattered and they are cared for, loved, and accepted, appreciated, and supported, whether no matter what they choose. All right? Like, I just want to make sure that our future is safe, the best I can. At least give advice and whatnot. So maybe this video might help. I don't know. I'm just hoping it does. But understand, life's too short. Both parents and children don't live long forever. And you don't know how or when or why you're gonna go in the future. But do you want to be remembered as a terrible person? Or as someone who actually gave a damn? Don't make mistakes that are gonna cost you an eternity. Make mistakes that can cost you a week of solving them and re-altering your original choice and decision. Do mistakes that don't stay forever. Do mistakes that can be learned from. And all mistakes can be learned from, technically. You just gotta choose to want to and do so. You want your relationship with children to stay strong, beautiful, and blissful, enlightening, and glowing. Gotta do what you gotta do, and that's do what's right by them, not by what you want them to be or see them how they need to be in your visual opinion, because that don't matter and it ain't gonna happen. Not unless you're abusing them mentally, emotionally, verbally, and physically. Then maybe you'll control them, but guess what? That's gonna blow up in your face, and you're the worst soul on the planet for it. Just help them out. Let them know they are loved as they are. They want to do hairstyles a certain way, dress code a certain way, religion a certain way, beliefs in any way, shape, or form a certain way. They want to have a specific diet. They want to have a certain job. If they're a certain gender or sexuality, embrace it, accept it, support it, love them. Let them know they matter. Show them that you do care. And let them know you're willing to give them a shot and a chance and a choice that you're making about showing them real true love is by being in their life, whether there's things you like or not. Because watch, one day, as you get older with them, as time goes faster and goes by, you're going to realize it was the best thing you ever could have done, is doing all you need to do was be there for them. Part of being there for them is for all the things they need you to be there for. Be their hero. not their villain. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this video is helpful as well. I do want to help the best I can. This is KC Shadow signing out with a nice fist bomb llama. Momentai Koal Power. Eventually another Koal video will be coming soon, by the way. And also Pan Power. Pansexual pride, pagan pride, and have a wonderful day in life, Momentai. And yet here's a final fist bomb llama.